distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues and graduates, family members and friends. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the virtual graduation ceremony of the Certified Orgtologist Program COP Spring Cohort 2026. Today marks a significant milestone, not only for you as graduates, but also for the growing community of professionals committed to advancing the science and practice of organizational effectiveness through orgtology. Over the next hour, we will celebrate achievements, we will recognize dedication, hear messages from distinguished contributors to the field, and honor the remarkable journey of our graduates. Before we begin, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all guests joining us from different parts of the world. Your presence makes this occasion even more meaningful. As the program manager or the program director of this COP, I would like to address my brief message to our graduates. Long journey, 18 months ago, you embarked on a demanding journey of learning, reflection, application, and growth. Today, you stand not merely as graduates of a certification program, but as certified orgtologists equipped with a unique perspective on organizations, management, leadership, and performance. On behalf of the faculty of UNIORG, contributors, and the entire Certified Orgtologist Program team, I congratulate each one of you on this well-deserved achievement. We are proud of what you have done, what you have accomplished, and we are looking forward to witnessing the impact you will create in the years ahead. Congratulations again, and welcome to your graduation ceremony. I now give the word to Derek Hendricks, the originator of orgtology, to deliver his speech.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Kachadurian. Thank you very much for the opportunity to say something. This is a really magnificent event. You know, for the first time, we actually getting a lot of people from different COPs because we're doing it a bit different this year. We're not clustering people by specific groups, but by who graduates. So it's the first time we do that. Thank you to all the graduates for putting up with us and putting through with us. This is a difficult program. I don't think there's any person here tonight who would be able to say this is an easy program. So thank you for that. Thank you for everybody attending. There's not only graduates here, but we also have a number of other interested people. And thank you for the guest speakers. The guest speaker, Mr. Brightwell Nkambule, who's our guest speaker tonight. Thank you for the people who are giving testimonials tonight, and thank you for Dr. Matthias for facilitating this. So I think because it's such a mixed group, we have people as early as COP3, which was a number of years back already, who's completing tonight, and then we have a lot of recent people. And I think there's a lot of evidence that the COP is not the same as it was. You know, when we started this in 2018, it was literally me and a small group of people having discussions about this. So it's really changed. And I think many people who attend our program have MBA degrees. And I think many people with those qualifications would attest to the fact that this is definitely a high-level program. It's hard to complete. So congratulations. It's not an easy task. My words of encouragement would be that this year, for the first time, orgtology seems to be booming. It really seems to be coming out of the shell in a lot of aspects. Myself and Dr. Matthias have more and more meetings with people from countries I've never even dreamed about going to. Just earlier this week, we spoke to somebody from Argentina, a professor there, you know, who heard about us when we gave a seminar for the Leeds University. So there's much more and more interest in this academically, which has also pushed us to publish very shortly a paper on orgtology, which would be the first peer-reviewed paper So that's happening on that front. In terms of artificial intelligence, you know, if your AI tool knows something about orgtology and you ask it to compare orgtology models like the level 0 model or the 5E model or the REIT analysis to any of the existing tools, if your AI understands what orgtology is, it's probably going to prefer orgtology. So this is really a good sign for us because it means that AI is understanding this and seeing the logic of it. So that's a very good sign. We're also, for the first time, presenting software this year. Version 1.2 is coming out of OrgSmart, which is an orgtology-based business intelligence system. So there's a lot happening in this field. And we're also seeing that more and more occupations are asking for somebody who has knowledge in orgtology, especially in the area of transformation management. This is going to be a big thing in the future, the transformation manager. And therefore, I also see a big occupation opening up for orgtology. So one of the big things that happened this year is that orgtology became independent in its regulation in terms of the International Orgtology Institute. So my term has come to an end there, and we've voted in Mr. Brightwell Nkambule, who is the new president of the International Orgtology Institute. Now, to me, that's incredibly significant because that marks a total separation of the regulator from the commercial sector. You know, people always couldn't understand what is the IOI, you know, is it Derek's business? What exactly is it? But in reality, it's a regulator. It's an independent, non-profit organization which has no shareholders. So it's a Section 21 company in South Africa, which means that it's a not-for-profit registered organization. And, you know, the people who run it for free. We don't get paid for that service. But I think with Mr. Nkambule taking over as the new president, it really shows the separation of these things. Something that I've been promoting for a long time is competition. We need to get people to register these orgtology-based services with the International Orgtology Institute so that we can open up this as an industry. So with that said, once again, congratulations. There's a lot of good things happening in the field of orgtology. There's a lot of people getting involved in the field of orgtology. And with that, I hand back over to you, Dr. Matthias. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We now give the chance to the president or the chairperson of the IOI, the International Orgtology Institute, Mr. Brightwell Nkambule, to jump in and deliver his motivation speech.
Thank you. Thank you. May I just show this? Okay, please let me know once my, or just tell me what you see.
Doubt and uncertainty.
You can see the two curves.
We see the sigmoid curve, yes.
Excellent. Good evening, graduates, distinguished guests, and fellow orgtologists. First, congratulations to the graduating class. It is a privilege to join you today as the IOC Council President, and like you, an orgtologist. You have made a wise investment in yourselves. While most of the corporate world out there is still using recycled management buzzwords from the 90s, you guys have spent your time studying the actual living science of how companies work. You are now orgtologists. Today, you join a growing community of professionals who understand that organizations are living systems, not merely structures and job titles. And that brings me to the curves on your screens right now. Many of you will recognize the message immediately. At its heart is a simple but profound message. What goes up will eventually come down. The blue curve represents what we call running the business, It is the world of routines, processes, discipline, efficiency, and stability. It is where organizations learn to do more with less. It is where performance improves and success grows. But eventually, every individual and every organization arrives at point A. Point A is the moment of truth. It is the realization that yesterday's success cannot guarantee tomorrow's success. History is filled with examples. Kodak dominated photography, but failed to embrace digital technology quickly enough. BlackBerry transformed communications, but failed to adapt to a changing market. There were successful organizations that remained loyal to an old curve long after the world had moved on. The lesson is simple. If we want to remain relevant, we must be willing to begin a new curve before the current one starts declining. That is what jumping onto the red curve represents. It is courage to change, to innovate, and to transform. But there's something important that every orgtologist understands. The moment you choose change, life becomes uncomfortable. Notice that the red curve does not immediately rise. Before it rises, it dips. That dip is labeled doubt and uncertainty. In real life, the dip appears whenever we attempt something worthwhile. It appears whenever a company introduces a new operating model. It appears when a leader challenges the status quo. It appears when a professional decides to learn a new skill. And it certainly appears when a working adult decides to return to school while balancing work, family, and personal responsibilities. Orgtologists, many of you have already lived through that dip. There were evenings when you were exhausted. There were weekends sacrificed to assignments. There were moments when you questioned whether the effort was worth it. There were moments of doubt and uncertainty, yet you persevered. And that is why today it is such an important achievement. You do not allow temporary discomfort to stop long-term growth. You trusted the process, you stayed the course, you emerged stronger, wiser, and more capable than when you started. This is the mindset of an orgtologist. An orgtologist understands that stability and change are not enemies, they are partners. An orgtologist understands that effective processes create order, while thoughtful transformation creates progress. An orgtologist sees organizations as interconnected systems where outcomes are shaped more by processes than by individual blame. When something goes wrong, the first question is not who failed. The first question is what in the system allowed the outcome to occur. The shift in thinking is powerful because it replaces blame with learning and replaces criticism with improvement. As you live here today, I encourage you to carry that mindset into your careers. Be the calm voices when others panic. Be the person who can see opportunity in uncertainty. Be the professional who understands that the dip is not failure. It is often the pathway to a higher level of success. Most importantly, remember that this graduation is not the finish line. Today is simply your next point A. You have successfully completed one curve of learning. The curve now is what will your next curve be? Will it be just a qualification, or it will be a new leadership challenge, or it will be change, a transformation? Because the people who thrive in life are not those who avoid uncertainty. They are those who are willing to walk through it. Orgtologists, the future belongs to people who can balance stability with transformation, discipline with innovation, and performance with continuous learning. The future belongs to people like you. Congratulations on your achievement. Go out there, help organizations navigate the dip, embrace change, and build a better future. Thank you, and once again, congratulations for this class of 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Brightwell, for this inspiring speech, and the way you introduced your thoughts was very figurative, and hopefully we can carry this lesson and apply it in our personal and professional life. Now it's the time for graduates to speak, and we will start with 3 graduates who will be sharing their, let's say, testimonial of how was their experience throughout the 18 months journey. We will first give the chance to Dr. Kruger from South Africa, and then maybe we can go to Nigeria with Dr. Fabian, and then finally to Qatar with Anastasios Kotsias.
Good evening, everyone. It is a privilege to share a brief reflection on my experience in the UNIORG Certified Orgtology Program. When I first entered Orgtology, I saw it mainly as a way to understand organizations, their systems, people, processes, and performance. As the program progressed, however, I realized that it offers much more than that. Professionally, the program gave me a clearer way to analyze organizations and think about purpose, structure, and results. Personally, it encouraged me to approach change and challenges with greater clarity and intention. I would certainly recommend the program to other professionals. For me, Orgtology has become more than a discipline. It has become a valuable lens through which I view work, leadership, change, and life. Thank you.
My distinguished colleagues, today indeed is a great day, and I believe all of us are happy to be here. It has been a long journey, but congratulations to everyone. My first encounter with orgtology was in Qatar during a course facilitated by Dr. Matthias. At the time, he applied a theory of dual concept to explain a particular complex and confusing issue related to the lecture he was delivering. The simplicity and clarity with which orgtology enabled us to grasp the concept immediately captured our attention, particularly my own attention. Little did I know, or did we know, that we were being introduced to a life transforming body of knowledge that will fundamentally reshape our understanding of organization and their operation. With orgtology, organizations cease to be abstract entities. You can see, feel, and almost touch their functionality. It provides a vivid and practical understanding of organizational dynamics, making operations, leadership, and management easier to comprehend and navigate. Since my exposure to orgtology, my attitude toward work, and my approach to official engagement, in fact, life generally, have changed significantly for the better. Orgtology is a discipline whose practicality and relevance transcend the professions. Whether you are a medical doctor, an engineer, a teacher, or a public servant, it offers valuable insight that deepens your understanding of organizational structure, improves your relationship with colleagues, and empower you to make sound and defensible decisions. I must say, I count myself lucky. I consider myself fortunate to have become part of this remarkable body of knowledge. I will continue to cherish this certificate and remain committed to upholding the principles, values, and ideas that orgtology represents. Let me once again congratulate everybody. Let me congratulate myself, congratulate the Institute for giving us this very opportunity. We say thank you and thank you.
Sure,
Yes.
Thank you, Matthias. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Hi. Hello. This is Anastasios, or Tassos, as my friends and family call me. So right now I'm actually in Dubai, but I live in Qatar, as some of you know already. So I would like to share with you a small story, right? And I had Dr. Matthias, pitching to me, the idea of orgtology and how orgtology would be significant for my career and for my business, etc., and how he thought that I would be, let's say, a prospect participant student for orgtology. So in the very first months, I was pushing back. I was saying, no, Matthias, this is not for me. What is orgtology? I'm not really a consultant. I'm an executive coach. Why should I go into this field, etc. I was pushing back. And then Matthias slowly and very, very gently was coming back to me. Look, Tassos, consider this once more. It's going to be good for your future, etc. So I said the time came, and I guess the thought matured in my mind better. And then 1.5 years ago, right, with COP8, I decided to join the program. And I have to say that I'm very, very grateful for what the program has offered to me. And I'm really grateful and appreciative for Dr. Matthias, of course, for all the colleagues here and all the participants that helped in our journey and joined our journey, helped me also in my learnings and my growth. And of course, a big thank you to Derek, which I believe he's really a brilliant mind and a very wise mind, especially in his field. And I will tell you what I enjoyed and what I did not enjoy in the program. I did not enjoy the difficult exercises of trying to make organizational matrices and flows and all this, right? I remember with Lucid, it was very challenging for me. I've never done this before in my life. I really enjoyed the whole process, and I really enjoyed a lot, that I had to put to persist and insist, in this journey. And as coming from the executive coaching background, I really saw a unique value into the orgtology program, combining the consulting and the transformation change and the organization change with executive coaching, right? Because change, it's not only organizational change, it's a human change. It has to be individual change. If we don't change as individuals, organization change will not happen. Right? And for me, the key thing when we're talking about change is that we as individuals not only need to learn to be more flexible and learn new things, but also we need to unlearn what we already know so far. Otherwise, we will not be open to change. So once again, that's my story. I was fortunate, just a last comment here, I was fortunate to work on the REIT analysis, which I really enjoyed a lot. And actually tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, I'm here in Dubai delivering corporate training about organizational change. What are the odds about that, right? So I'm going to be introducing some of the concepts of orgtology to the participants to make their experience more holistic. So again, thank you all. I'm really grateful for this journey. I really think orgtology has a big future, and let's spread the word to the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tassos. important. The important thing is that today you got graduated. You are to become a registered orgtologist soon. Now that you have fulfilled the requirement of getting registered as an orgtologist, we all celebrate this event and this occasion, and we wish that you will be carrying this knowledge to your organizations and apply these theories and the practicality behind those theories of orgtology in your own personal life. Thank you very much for joining this celebration or graduation ceremony, and we look forward to cooperating and working together.
Thank you. Congratulations to all colleagues.
Congratulations to all.
Congratulations, everyone. Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone.
Maybe we can give a hand. Let's give a hand online. We can still do that. Let's give a hand to all of you. Well done, well done. All the best.
Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you.
Congrats, everyone, and thanks again.
Congratulations.
Especially the Emaswati.
Congratulations.
Thank you.